Hello, it's time for October favorites and fails. I have some makeup, skincare, a fragrance, some jewelry, and a little bit of lifestyle, and 3 product fails. These products just did not work for me. I feel like I have a lot of products in this video, just like I do with every monthly favorites and fails video. So I'm gonna be as thorough as possible, but as concise as possible as well. And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope that if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, that you would consider doing so before the end of this video and becoming part of the family. All right, let's go ahead and get into what I loved and did not love in October. I feel like I have a lot of makeup in this video, so I'm going to go ahead and get the 3 jewelry pieces I have out of the way. So the first is this necklace, which goes with this bracelet that I have on, and they do both have this clasp on them. I just have it turned around to the back for this video so that you could see what it looked like casually. I've really been enjoying these a lot. I think they're really appropriate for this time of year to, dress up an outfit or to wear something, kind of casual but put an edge to it. There's different finishes. I've really been digging this antiqued gold vibe that's going on. And I did turn this around backwards because I just wanted to wear these earrings and it was just a little bit too much with the earrings. And I do love that that is an option. Now, I just had this pendant on in a recent video and I've just been wearing it a lot on a daily basis. I think it's really pretty for a special occasion as well. It's just the right size. It's not too much. It's understated, but it adds a little something to an outfit. And that's the kind of jewelry that I like. Now, these earrings aren't a part of this, even though I do love them, but I've talked about them before. But just in case any of you are interested, everything in this video will be linked in my description box. To get to the description box, look below the video. If you're on mobile, click the title. If you're on desktop, look below the little paragraph and click show more. And that is how you get to the listing of all the products that I talk about and what I'm wearing as well. Speaking of what I'm wearing, the gloss that I am wearing is called Hazel and it's from Buxom. I really love Buxom glosses and I feel like I don't talk about them enough because they get overshadowed by other things, but they just came out with 4 fall glosses that I think are really, really pretty. So the shades are Hazel, the one that I have on, and Autumn. I would say Autumn is a little bit more sheer and has some shimmer. It's kind of a topper for me. And then they have Pumpkin Spice Latte and Spiked Apple Cider, and they all have a subtle fall scent as well, which just adds to this season and the experience. I love a good gloss that makes my lips look fuller and plumper and feel hydrated. It's not too thick or goopy or sticky, and that's exactly what these are. And Buxom glosses do have a little bit of a minty feel to them, but not that burn that you get with lip plumping glosses. That's what I love about Buxom glosses so much. So I do have these over a lip liner, and again, I'll have everything listed below. So I have 2 different blush brands in this video. I've just found some good blushes this month. The first one is from CoverGirl, and I think I was kind of late to the game on these. So these are the True Blend So Flushed blushes, and I have the shade Love Me and Hot Frenzy. Now on the website it says that they're a blush and bronze blend, but I'm not really seeing bronzer here. I mean, these are a little bit too pinky to be bronzer. This is a great shade for that coming from the cold type of look. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful flushed, soft pink. This is actually what I started out wearing for today's video, but it didn't come across well on camera. It just looked a little washed out. In person, it's really beautiful. There is a very, very subtle sheen to these that is super, super flattering. It's not a shimmer. I mean, you can kind of see it on my cheek a little bit peeking through the other blush that I topped over it. I don't have any highlighter on today. This is just the blush, and I feel like it just gives a nice healthy look. I really love the way these last and look on the skin. So the second blush brand that I have in this video is BareMinerals. These are the Gen Nude blushes. I pulled these 2 specifically because they were kind of cooler yet pink toned, and I just think that they'll be so pretty with so many fall looks. This is on the mauve. This is Call My Blush. What I love about this formula is that it's soft and buildable. I feel like you can't overdo it. It just looks nice and healthy on the skin. They also wear a long time, but there's also good ingredients in here too. That's one of the things that I really do love about BareMinerals in general. I have 2 more BareMinerals products here. One I was really, really surprised by, and the other one, this one, I pretty much knew I would like it, but I don't think I knew quite how much I was gonna like it. It is what I have on my eyes today. This is the BareMinerals Gen Nude Copper Eyeshadow Palette. Now this is my third one of these BareMinerals Gen Nude palettes. The formula is just really great in these. Highly underrated. For me, it's the color story. When you hear about a copper palette, I feel like it's usually much more orange and doesn't have this kind of olivey green going on like this one does. This is just really, really beautiful, and it allows you to get a variety of looks. I mean, I went with a little bit of copper today, but I did put that olivey green on the outer third and kind of blended it out, and I just think it gave a really pretty look that doesn't read copper, you know? You can get a complete eye look from this palette. It applies super easily. The quality is here, and it is very appropriate for fall or winter. I love this green. Have I said that yet? Because I think for a holiday look, it'll be really pretty. Now I have really wimpy lashes, so keep this in mind, but the mascara that I have on today is the BareMinerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Mascara. Now if you're someone who regularly uses a lash serum, this has it infused into the mascara, and it's plant-based. Now they claim here that this mascara is proven to deliver visibly longer, fuller, and stronger lashes with less fallout. You'll see longer lashes instantly and over time. I'm hoping you can see the strange shape of this wand. That is why I thought I would not like this mascara. It's just kind of a weird shape. You get the length from those top bristles right there, the ones that are facing up, and you get the building from the bottom, that little curved part right there. There's some teeny tiny little grooves in there, and they say the short side bristles are used for, you know, getting the outer lashes and the lower lash line. I don't really even need a lash comb when I use this, which is a miracle for me. I always have to comb out my lashes with a lash comb. This does build volume and length. Now I can't speak to the growth over time and the strengthening because I've only been using it a little bit, but I've really been enjoying the instant results I get from this. I think this is a good time for my first fail. I usually sprinkle them throughout the video. So I've been trying out these Colourpop Luxe lip oils, and I feel like everyone seems to like these. The reviews are good anyway. I feel like there's some kind of an enhancement, a benefit other than hydrating my lips that I get from other lip oils I use. There's a really pleasant scent, a really great texture, and these just do not do that for me. I don't really like the scent. I feel like I can kind of smell the oil behind it. It's not like an herbal oil. It's just an oil. I don't really like that. I don't really love the texture. I've just not been impressed with these whatsoever. I'll list down below the lip oils that I prefer, and you can decide for yourself, but I just, yeah, no, did not like these. I've talked a lot on my channel about how I like to apply finishing powder as the last step of my makeup to help my makeup last longer and to kind of diffuse everything together and give it an airbrush look. It's just a thing. I love doing it, and you never look overly powdery. It just makes everything look really, really beautiful. Now there's two brushes that I prefer to do this with because their texture is like nothing else. They blend powders into the skin like nothing else. I'm going to show you these two brushes, and I'll have everything linked down below, and I'm going to show you an alternative that I found that is more affordable. Both of these brushes are from Sonia G. This is the Master Face brush, and this is the Face One brush. I like these both for finishing powder as well as powder foundation. There is something about her brushes that just blends in powder beautifully to where it doesn't look like powder. It picks up the product. There's no kick up like with normal brushes. These to me have been completely worth the money. Now that said, BK Beauty has this brush number 107 that I believe is actually a blush brush, kind of a condensed blush brush. For some reason, one day I just decided to use it for finishing powder. Now the Sonia G is round, so it's going to be symmetrical all the way around, and the BK Beauty is, you know, about that size, and then you turn it and it gets narrower. They're both very, very soft. The BK Beauty is a little bit less dense, but when you're applying something like finishing powder, you don't need a thick coat. And this has been a great alternative. I've been using it quite a bit lately. I wanted to be able to speak to it before I came to you and said, hey, I finally found a decent alternative that's not too dense, not too sparse, and isn't scratchy either. It's just a really, really great soft brush. Now, is it drugstore priced? No, but it's certainly not Sonia G priced. So you at least have two different price levels. I talked about a concealer last month that I am loving, and I have another one here. This is what's underneath my eyes today. As far as look and feel, I am really loving this. This is the Dermablend Cover Care Full Coverage Concealer. It says it covers in one coat, even injectable bruising. It's proven up to 24-hour long wear, waterproof and transfer resistant, and it's got 24-hour skin caring hydration. It's also fragrance free, and it also says on here that it's great for acne, dark circles, hyperpigmentation, or birthmarks. I mean, Dermablend is known for their coverage products and for people with problematic skin to have an option that actually works. The shade that I used underneath my eyes today was 23N. I'm not sure if they have a cooler shade. I do feel like it runs a little bit warm neutral. I've tried 15N and it was too light, just too white and too light. I feel like when you put it on, it looks like it's gonna be darker than it is when it blends out, which is kind of weird, but you know, upon appearances, 15N looked like it would work, and then it just looked reverse raccoon eyes underneath my eyes. So if you're light, medium, warm toned like I am, 23N might be an option that you want to look at. And I have, as always, my foundation and concealer matches linked in my description box for you. But I've been loving this formula. I feel like my under eyes feel comfortable all day and my fine lines aren't emphasized or anything. Now, I am someone who does set my concealer with powder because I have, you know, this area right under here that creases no matter what. But this is another concealer that I feel like if you're borderline on needing to set, or if you don't need to set, it would self-set. I mean, it hardly creased under there at all. It looks really nice. It covers well. I'm going to take a moment to insert a lifestyle product really quickly before I move on with the rest of the makeup and beauty. I am someone who uses a combination of both electronic planning and organizing as well as paper planning, and I have to have a planner, and it's about that time. I mean, we're getting towards the end of the year. We're all going to need planners for the new year, and so I ordered mine and I got my trusty ERIN CONDREN. I think this is the third year in a row, and I just absolutely love the format. I mean, I'm not one that gets all artsy with my planners, you know, but I do the vertical layout. You can go horizontal. You can customize it in a lot of ways. You can get your name put on it, and they have so many covers you can get. You can even change them out during the year if you want to change things out for the season or just periodically. I didn't just order that. I ordered a notebook, a spiral notebook, which I've never done before, but I really, really love having notebooks and good ones, you know, and I ordered a small one as well. I will use those, and I will also use these little list pads. I think these are things that are really great, you know, obviously to get for yourself, but to get someone else too. If you know someone really likes notebooks or making lists or journaling, you can get the journals lined, or you can get the little grid dot pattern. You can get plain pages, however you want things to be. I am a big planner nerd. It just makes me happy to have my planner all set for the new year. So I wanted to throw that out there if you haven't even thought about that yet. So I just did a video on my favorite one and done eyeshadows, which I have gotten a ton of great feedback on. So thank you so much to all of you who have watched that video and who enjoyed it. I just love a good one and done eyeshadow. It's quick, it's easy, it's beautiful. So this was actually a product that was a fail for me before doing that video, but I pulled it back out in October to retry it because I thought something must be wrong with me since so many people seem to really like the Almay Velvet Foil Cream Shadows. I feel like I may have talked about these a long time ago, but you know, it was worth another mention because I did try them out again and they failed me miserably. There's something about this formula in my eyelids that just do not agree. As it dries down, it kind of shrinks up or something on my eyelids. It makes my eyelids look very crinkly and not youthful looking. And when you're in your mid-40s, that is not what you want. I feel like if you have young, elastic skin on your eyelids, these would be great. But for me, these were just a big fail, and I hate that because the shades are really pretty. I am a person that just really is optimistic and wants products to work. I hate it when I have fails, and I hated that these were fails. This is kind of a last minute insert because I saw this sitting over to the side and I was like, I have to put this in this video because I love it, it's stunning, and it would make a great gift. Different variations of this would make a great gift because it comes in different ways. You'll see what I mean in a second. So this Sigma makeup bag is part of a set that you can get, which includes this beautiful eyeshadow palette, as well as this face palette, which has a blush and a highlighter and 3 glosses. So you can get that all together, or you can get the glosses in this really pretty glittery, glimmery clutch. Here's the little pouch, and then here's the glosses. And I mean, you have tons of room in here. I just think this is so, so pretty. I mean, this is one holiday collection I just was really impressed with. You can also get the Cheek Duo, the face palette with a brush by itself, and you can get the eyeshadow palette by itself with a brush. They also have a little rose gold pouch that has little mini eye brushes in them that are rose gold. I mean, it's just really, really just so cute. Great stocking stuffer if somebody wants travel brushes maybe. And they also have this really cute rose gold tin that has 2 eye brushes as well as a multi-purpose face brush. I think Sigma is known more for their brushes, but their makeup products are really good. The glosses are a great formula, the eyeshadow is beautiful, the face palette is beautiful, and I mean, this pouch is really nice. I'll have all the separate pieces linked below, and a lot of times when you get to the site, they're running like 25% off or 30% off, so you can usually get a pretty good deal. The hype around the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray is real. I have fallen in love with this. The spray is beautiful. It sets my makeup to where it's virtually bulletproof. I mean, it will wear all day, all night. I love that it kind of serves 2 purposes in one. It acts like a facial mist, a skin mist that kind of melts all your makeup together and just makes it look so much better, like it is melted onto your skin versus sitting on top of your skin. It kind of takes away that powdery look, but it's also a setting spray that does not change the finish of my makeup. So if my makeup is matte that day, it stays matte, which I love. And a lot of setting sprays that do that also contain alcohol as one of the top ingredients, and this doesn't have alcohol in it, which I think is fantastic. So a lot of you have been asking me about this compared to the Hourglass Veil setting spray, which I also have talked about loving. Now, in my Sephora video that just went up on Friday, if you're looking for Sephora recommendations, check that video out, and I'll have another one going up on the 5th when All Access goes up. But I talk about this spray and this spray. Basically, the difference for me is that this will change the finish of my makeup a little bit if I overspray it. It can make me too dewy looking. So if I get the exact right spray, this works great for me. If you have dry skin, I think this is fantastic because it will give you that dewy, radiant look. You have to be a little more careful with it if you have oily combination skin. Sometimes you can end up getting a little bit too much. I can soak my face in this, and all it does is just set my makeup really well. It doesn't change the finish of my makeup or make me look too dewy. So those are the main differences to me with these products. I've been using the Kopari Tropical Glow Cleanser for a little while now, and I've been really enjoying it. This is a gel cleanser that lathers and cleanses my face really nicely without making it feel stripped. It has glow-getting pineapple and papaya enzymes that brighten, while coconut water hydrates and refreshes the face. And I love the tropical scent that it has, but it's not too overpowering or overwhelming. It's nothing that lingers. It's just been a really nice, refreshing cleanser to use. And so if you're looking for one, this is really nice. Now, I also have a fail from Kopari, which is not Kopari's fault necessarily, because I know a ton of people love this product. It's just how my body is with this kind of stuff. This is the Kopari deodorant with coconut oil. What does it say on the back of here? This invisible and non-sticky formula glides smoothly and hydrates your underarms. It's an all-natural deodorant. I am just notoriously difficult with natural deodorants. I've tried a ton, and one of 2 things typically happens. Either they don't work at all for me, even after I give the typical break-in period, or they'll work really well, but my underarms get really, really irritated and I get a painful rash. This was effective. I felt like it worked really well for several days. I was really excited, and then my underarms started getting itchy and very painful, and I got the rash. Now, I don't think this has baking soda in it. I can't read this writing, but I thought that's what was doing it in other deodorants. but it might not be. The only natural deodorant so far that has worked for me is Drunk Elephant. So many people like this deodorant. This is clearly a me issue. It's not you, Kopari, it's me. I just have issues with natural deodorants. I picked up this little mini spray of Armani My Way fragrance. So the top notes are bergamot and orange blossom, middle notes are tuberose and Indian jasmine, base notes are Madagascar vanilla, white musk, and Virginian cedar. I feel like if you are looking to blind buy a perfume for someone or for yourself, if you're just looking for a little pick-me-up, this would be a safe bet. It's a sweet fragrance, but it's not too sweet. It's just kind of lovely. I feel like it's a crowd pleaser. It's that kind of anytime fragrance, any occasion fragrance that's not gonna offend people. I'm actually contemplating getting a full bottle, but I just don't need any more perfume until I use up something first, but I've really been enjoying this a lot. So I just talked about this Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop on my Instagram stories. I am really loving this for a cool toned palette because you do have, you know, the grays going on in the middle, but you also have these rosy tones, you've got a black. So I have some swatches here for you, just one finger swipes, just to show you the pigmentation with a finger, as well as, you know, just any little nuances. I'm hoping you can see it on camera. So I have all of the shimmers in a row. Now there are a couple in here that have a sheerer, kind of grittier finish than the other shimmers, and I'm sure Colourpop has an official name for those, but the majority of these shimmers are very smooth, very just pretty and beautiful, and the mattes are really great too. I've been playing around with this palette, I've been loving it, and a couple of the mattes do have that micro glitter in them, which, you know, can be apparent or not as apparent depending on how you mess with it, but most of them are straight matte. The only shadow at all in here that is a little bit on the iffy side for me is this black. I find that it actually goes on a little bit better with a brush than it shows in the swatch of my finger. I don't think I've ever had that happen with a black before. It does line really nicely with a lining brush. That's usually what I use blacks for. I've told you guys before that I live with the Bare Necessities palette on my vanity because it's just super great for pulling entire looks from or reaching into when I'm doing other looks. If I need a liner, transition, a highlight shade, or just to slap something on my lid, a little bit of shimmer. And the Bare Necessities is the warm option, whereas now you've got Stone Cold Fox, which gives you a cool option as well. Needless to say, I will be living with both of these on my vanity now so that I can reach for them or just use them alone. You can't beat the price for the number of shadows and for the quality that you get from Colourpop shadows. So glad that they released a cool version of Bare Necessities. I love this palette. I've been playing with it here and there and I've been enjoying it so far. If you haven't seen my 15 Sephora bestsellers that are worth the money video and you are shopping the Sephora sale, I'll have that linked here for you. And I would love to hear something that you loved or hated in October. Leave that in the comments for me down below. I love reading through your comments and seeing what worked and what didn't work for you guys. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.